Speaking at the event was the Teins president for the University of Ghana, Mr. Atsyor Victor Kadosh, stated that they thought it wise not to give up, irrespective of daily challenges, in order not to disappoint the numerous comrades of NDC, but rather to pledge their support in giving out their best in all aspects to promote the growth of the party, and also plead with NDC members to continue to give their full support and not to fall back.
So you turn and face us. Hand, one hand up, and then the other one.
Having been elected to the office of the nation office, that I will support, obey, and defend the Constitution faithfully, without any prejudice. So help me God. Congratulations.
Due to the struggles we've been through as comrades, as cadres, as members of this great party, as members of this great fraternity, the NDC, we thought it wise not to give up, because if we were to give up, we will only be disappointing the numerous comrades that believe in us and that believe in the NDC. As executives, we want to use this opportunity to thank you people once again, and we want to use this opportunity to also assure you of our constant support and firm resolution in making sure that we are not going to be moved by anyone or anything that will.
According to Mr. Victor Kadosh, in his interview with Nation One TV, said that their collective aim is to drive the vision of Teins executives towards the 2024 election without looking back, through impacting the life of the University of Ghana students to be reoriented on the value and ideas of NDC by seeking knowledge from the old executives in order to see victory prevail in the camp of NDC in the year 2024. Furthermore, he encouraged all his executive Teins members to be more united in order for the dreams and goals of the executives to come to reality.
Country as it is every 4 years. Now, our aim or collective aim as executives is to make sure that in impacting our students, we reorient them about the values of the NDC. In doing this, we will put in place structures, we will have programs, we will have seminars that are going to help these students in being firm in the NDC, in knowing the values and ideals of what it means to be a member of the NDC. Fast forward it. One thing we would like to bring on board, one initiative we would like to bring on board, is to learn from the old executives, whilst we also learn from those behind us, because in leadership we cannot do it all alone. And as the saying goes, two heads are always better than one. So our collective aim is to make sure that we impact the students of the University of Ghana in knowing the ideals and values of the NDC towards 2024 and giving us victory in the 2024 elections. To make sure that we put structures in place, we organize programs, we have seminars, which will make sure that these students will have the opportunity to also harness and tap into each other's potentials. And in doing that, as a big family, we all come together, bring all these potentials on board, and make sure that we achieve what we want to achieve by winning the 2024 general elections as the NDC and as NDC team in contributing our quota to the NDC as a whole. For my executives, is to make sure that we continue to uphold the unity that dwells amongst us, and there should be total comprehension even in times of pressure, in making sure that we understand one another and we work together, because in all, one tree doesn't make a forest, and we can't make the NDC great alone. I can't make the NDC great alone. So I need all my executives to be as united as we have always been in making sure that Tein and the NDC is the party for the people come 2024 general elections. Thank you very much. So now, there has been some confusion about the Tein app. It's not actually a problem. It's that simple. The Tein app is a medium which has been created to ensure that we as University of Ghana students and also as Tein members have a general platform on which the leaders up there or the party executives and the party structures can reach out to us easily without any form of difficulties. So it is embedded in us as Tein members of the University of Ghana, as Tein members of other campuses, to make sure that we get registered on the Tein app. In doing so, the party gets every detail that concerns you, and every relevant information that can be relayed from the hierarchy of the party, the top hierarchy of the party, down to the grassroots will be done with ease. The e-levy is an issue that has been on our neck as Ghanaians and as the NDC as a whole. Well, my thoughts and the thoughts generally of my executives is that people naturally think that Ghanaians don't like paying taxes, but that is not the issue. Our focus here as Tein, UG, our focus here as the NDC is not to kick against charging taxes or taking monies from people, but is to make sure that you don't create and widen that gap between the rich and the poor in society. In taking taxes, we make sure that these taxes are accounted for, and it's not just by word of mouth or by promises, but in our practical lives, we see the impact of these taxes that are being taken from us. So our stance on the e-levy, at the end of the day, is that we feel that even with the current happenings in the country, people are complaining, livelihoods are becoming difficult, high cost of living in the country. So we are actually expecting that the government rather puts itself in the shoes of the people and adheres to the plight of the people in making sure that even if they will take taxes, at the end of the day, monies that have already been taken from the people should be shown practically in our lives. It should be accounted for. So hence, there should be no need for us to go ahead in taking e-levy or in charging people for taxes that at the end of the day we cannot account for. Taxes that at the end of the day people cannot see its impact and use practically in our lives. So this is our take on the e-levy. Thank you very much.
Supportive in innovations to supporting the president in carrying out his duties. We as executives, we are in total 9. We have the organizing secretary, the general secretary, the financial secretary, myself as the communication officer, and the 2 WUCOMs, that's the Women Commission. So as part of our initiatives, President made mention of organizing seminars, symposiums, and a whole lot of things. And so we as executives intend supporting him in whatever he intends doing for the betterment and the integration of Tein UG towards the victory in 2024. Thank you. So, coming to the University of Ghana campus, students are not really participating in the activities of the NDC because of what's happening at the larger side, that's the NPP administration. So people are really not focusing on Tein and even TESCON at large. And so we intend organizing campus invasions to bring everyone on board, talking to people on campus, inviting all students to come together, share ideas, and bring innovative ways in winning and uniting the front of our association and to the victory ahead in 2024. Thank you.
I expect them to take more action, to be more involved, in the branch and mobilization of the party, particularly at the halls where all leaderships participate in these registration processes. So you go to, for example, a hall, you want to undertake an activity that concerns the party, and the hall president and the hall leadership have to be people you should work with. Tein must be involved and must get, very directly into some of these things, because the polling stations are the halls. I think there has always been challenges concerning their funding. And like I said earlier, there are a lot of people who were Tein executives that are working in places that will be interested in helping to mobilize and bring in the necessary, support that they will require, so that they can be a bit independent and not rely too much on elected officers who are there to take advantage of not necessarily helping them out of free will, but the politics of the event. It means that Tein becomes like an extended wing of an individual who is using them for some activity. And of course, that's some of the reasons why we are where we are. So they must try as much as they can to reach out to people who necessarily are not directly involved in partisan activity, but are willing to want to support, the politics of the NDC, to be able to make the Tein more relevant and more effective on campus. And there must also be outrages. They must go out and meet people, get new students involved, organize, focus group meetings, speak and raise issues that are bordering on the party, because this is where the intellectual hub of the party is. This is where we have professors who are patrons of, Tein and part of the student movement for NDC. This is where students are being trained and educated on politics, on economy, on everything. This is where ideas of the party must evolve, and this is where people must rally around ideas that they think that there's a need to do something within the party, there is the need for a review. This is where law students are being trained, who are seen, some of them are members of, Tein. They must be able to instigate ideas, within the party's bigger structure, to call for change, to call for the need for some level of revolution among, the party structures, new things, new ideas. If that is not happening within, the university communities where our Teins are, where else can it happen? So I expect them that they must be, more idea oriented and bring those ideas into the revolutionary space to build the party from our campuses.